This is a PODFIC recording of First Beards, a Silmarillion fanfic by Solitary Bird, read to you by Solitary Bird. This fic is rated G. When the seven fathers awoke beneath the earth and stone of the world, their hands were strong. They had been made strong so that they might withstand the discord of Melkor, for Mahal had seen the damage he could bring to the world so many times before. Had not the lamps he had created been torn down, had not his mountains been twisted into volcanoes, Dwaro had been made so that they could delve further, dig deeper, so that they may escape from him. Mahal made for them wonders then in the subterranean place they called home, wondrous caves, crystals and stones, to speak nothing of the wands. No one else had Mithril or knew its ways. Mithril had been given to them alone. So they carved in his honour a city of living stone, sank mine shafts deep into the spine of the mountains, and created so many things of the treasure that they found there, beautiful things uncountable, for in their heart every Dwaro held a piece of Mahal's song of creation, of innovation, and of wonder. When he had first carved the seven, Mahal had put so much of himself into the bodies he'd created for the fathers that they vibrated with the song and the spark of the flame immortal that he held within his own self. It lived on in every dwarf, endlessly copied and burning forever, passed like a torch down through the generations, leading each Dwaro to their craft, spurring them on to new projects and to learning more of the gifts given by their maker, a spark that they would later call inspiration. The burning fire that compelled the makers to spend just one more hour at their bench, only for them to awake as if from some distant dream at the rising of the sun. A calling from Mahal to make the thing that needed to be made. So when the spark spoke to the three, they readily answered its call. Alone were they among the fathers that did not possess the hair that grew so mightily from the others' chins. Being without the hair blessed by Mahal made them feel sad, and so to them their father sent a vision, a plan in which to forge their own. But to do that, there was the need to develop a way to draw wire thin enough, to curl it tight enough, so that the metal could fall in elaborate springs, be gathered into swooping locks, and to string upon it gems uncounted. It needed to be comfortable, and it needed to be soft enough to braid in the ways the others did. It would take much trial and error to reach that point, but the three were determined in their work. First of Beards was an awkward arrangement of twisted copper wire. It fitted the face of none, though many lessons were learned in its creation. Better designs followed in its wake. Soon greater beards were made. They were thicker, more luxurious in material, more lifelike, and infinitely artistically explorative. Barris had made the first, and she was determined to make her vision of intricate wire work. Though now she favoured working in gold for its colour and forgiving nature. Her best known work, the work that survives, favours a much more close-cut style, more in the manner of men. Gold wire spirals close to the skin, studded with tiny beads formed from precious gems in a rainbow of colours. It said that Barris favoured this style for her craft mastery was in weaving, and there was no risk of it becoming caught in the loom due to its densely packed nature and low profile. There is only one extant beard forged by Fauna. It is held in the Museum of the Iron Hills. Unlike the beards forged by Barris, Fauna's beard is of intricate embossed iron plate. The beard was styled to wrap around her face, forming also a stately moustache with gravity-defying curling ends, perfect in its construction for shielding her face from the harsh heat of her metalwork and the steam created by quenching hot metals. On the inside of the mask, it is clear to see that there are several different attempts to add an increasing number or thickness of padding layers behind it. Whether this made it more comfortable to wear is unknown, but we can tell from the heavy sweat marks that it was worn for long periods of time. Hortha was the last of the three to begin the work, and she watched the others and counselled them in their struggles. Of her works, there are the most surviving of any of the three, as she experimented greatly with the creation of alloys, ever searching for that which would create a wire that was lifelike in its appearance. The greatest work of Hathor is made of her experimental alloys, and each wire is as thin as natural hair, some even exceeding the thinness of Dwaro hair and mimicking the structure of elven hair. It was easily braidable and hung freely. Any of the braids worn by fathers who had naturally grown hair could easily be imitated in it, but she did not stop there. Hathor was determined to create something stronger than natural hair. Not for her was the happiness of merely imitating the work of another. There are many accounts of her favouring a beard where the alloy wire was strong enough. She could hang her mining lamp from it, for Hathor's other passion was mining. In an extant rune carving from mineshaft 1.2.15, there is a short passage in Proto-Kuzdal that tells of Hathor losing her keys only for Durin to find them braided into her beard. This may have been how they first met. When the children of the seven fathers were born, the three strove to pass down this craft of their own making, so that any born as they were, beardless, had a choice. Those that did not wish to be beardless would never have to be. Gone was the limiting need to only use metals when forging a beard, as in this period there was an explosion in experimentation in regards to materials. Beads of cloth or felt, woven reeds alike to early basket making found in rune, carved wood and stone, chainmail, a solid lab-grown specially moulded crystal, ceramic, glass, delicately made carpet, metal plate, wire, shed goat hair tied individually to a lattice of threads so lifelike it was impossible to tell that the wearer did not grow it on their face. And we have some sources that speak of beards made of bread. No bread beard has survived, and historians debate about whether they were truly made of bread, or if that was instead a name given to a style of beard popular at the time, such as the modern horseshoe-shaped beard popular in Erebor. There were as many beards as there were spoons during the heights of the dwarven kingdoms, with wearers often owning several different kinds for specific tasks and occasions. Eventually, this aspect of the culture grew large enough that someone, in the first day of spring, placed upon the statue of Yavanna a decorative beard. The maker of this first beard is unknown. It is not even known whether or not the maker and the placer were the same person, but whoever they were, they started an event that carried on until the fall of Khazad-dûm to the Balrog, then called Durin's Bane. For on the first day of spring, Dwaro celebrate the wife of Mahal and her gift of grain to them during the winter of great despair. During the festival, beard makers raced to place their prized creations on the face of her statue, where it stood by the side of Mahal in the central hall of awakening, for she is beardless too. The end. Thank you for listening.